Here are things that trigger like a Marvel fan's Halloween edition! Spider-Man is the most iconic hero in the world, but he has some of the most terrifying villains ever. From a guy who can cast illusions, a guy with 4 robotic tentacles, and aliens from another world. And then there's the Green Goblin. Since 2002, Green Goblin has appeared in so many sets and he has so many minifigures. I only have 3 unfortunately. This is the first ever Green Goblin minifigure. Of course, it's in the liking of everyone's favorite Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. It's truly a fantastic minifigure, but when you take off the mask, you get scratches on this head. Well, I got it apparently. It's just so horrifying. It just ruins a perfectly good minifigure. Just why? Like I've said, Green Goblin has many other variants, including this big figure. It's so weird. It's like he, turned into the Hulk. And of course, this one came in the Daily Bugle. And it's terrifying in a good way. Those are just PG villains compared to these villains that are very, very terrifying for LEGO to make. Take Kingpin for example. We've never gotten a LEGO minifigure of Kingpin yet. And that's because he's just a very ruthless person. There's also the Lizard. Just the fact that he's a man who is part lizard is really creepy to me. Even the Amazing Spider-Man lizard is creepy in a very uncanny way. I mean, I just can't look at that at all. And then we have Morbius. This guy is very scary. Just the sight of him terrifies me. We only have a reference of him in the Daily Bugle, and he appears in the Marvel video games. But the most terrifying thing of all is Spider-Man as Man-Spider. When I saw this as a kid, I was so traumatized that I did not look at any Spider-Man related content for many years. This is something straight out of a body horror film, and it's still freaky to this day. So LEGO, please don't make that figure. It's ironic that you can be a hero but turn into a monster. Why?
Let there be carnage.
Venom Let There Be Carnage is actually much better than the first Venom film. And these symbiote helmets are very cool. Although technically they're not supposed to be helmets because they're actually heads. But I guess it doesn't matter. The concept of these symbiotes are very disturbing indeed. I mean, come on, they have very sharp teeth. And that is just terrifying to look at. But there's nothing more scarier than dust on your LEGO sets. Or worse, stickers. Carnage has a lot of stickers on this set while Venom doesn't. And that's very disappointing. If the plot can be printed, then there should be no stickers on this set. Oh, and it's really dusty too. It's a good thing that symbiotes don't exist in real life, because if they did, then oh boy, I bet this world would be doomed. So these sets are really good, but Carnage is very terrifying because of the stickers.
Why, LEGO?
I'm really disappointed we don't have sets for What If Zombies. I mean, we have 2 minifigures from the CMF series, but that's really it. And honestly, only Spider-Man matters to me because Zombie Captain America barely appears in that episode. It's still a great zombie minifigure though. The episode also ends on a cliffhanger, which is something I didn't really like. I mean, oh my gosh, that is terrifying! We need a zombie Thanos, LEGO! And zombie Scarlet Witch. She is actually really terrifying and very, very powerful. There were many stories related to zombies in the Marvel Universe, and some are so terrifying that I don't even want to talk about it. I really hope LEGO makes a set related to What If Zombies. It would be very awesome, and terrifying at the same time. Oh, and by the way, they call this Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, even though he doesn't really hunt zombies. It's more like, trying to run away from them, so I don't get it, LEGO. Why? Here we have Dr. Doom, the Fantastic Four's most intimidating villain. I mean, come on, he has the word Doom in his name. He's also very powerful. He's only appeared in one set, and honestly, we need an updated version of this minifigure. He has the same problem where he has printing on the front but not on the side. Hopefully when the Fantastic Four have their own film in the MCU, we'll get Doctor Doom as well. And let's hope it's more faithful than that 2015 one. In fact, Doctor Doom needs to be in the MCU because what if, and I'm just saying what if Galactus appears? For those who don't know, Galactus is the most powerful, most terrifying, most evil being in Marvel. What makes him so terrifying is that he devours worlds, and he doesn't care who lives on that planet, and he'll stop at nothing to fulfill his hunger. This is straight up cosmic horror right here. He's even more terrifying than the Celestials! And I'll admit it, he's actually scary in Fortnite. Even the Watcher is terrified of Galactus. He went as far as to break his oath just to save the world from Galactus. There is no sympathy for this character. If he devours our world, then honestly I don't know. That's the scariest thing about him. The only person who can stop Galactus is the Silver Surfer, and he doesn't kill him, he just drives him away. Let's be glad Galactus exists only as a fictional character, because if he's real, even the thought about that just terrifies me. Hopefully in the future we get more Fantastic Four sets. And hopefully they make Galactus just like they made this Harry Potter. And just a reminder, Galactus can only eat one planet at a time. Infinite Ultron can bite half of a universe. Why are these Marvel villains so scary? Why? Since 1939, Marvel has produced some of the most iconic villains that have malicious intentions. From Thanos, Doctor Doom, the Sinister Six, and even Ghost Rider. But you know what's the most terrifying villain in Marvel? It's none other than Death. Otherwise known as Mistress Death in Marvel, this cosmic entity is the opposite of eternity, and the personification of death itself. She is the reason why Thanos in the comics has tried to wipe out half of all life in the universe. Now, LEGO has never made Marvel's version of Death, and I guess it's better off that way. And she continues to plague the Marvel universe with all her evil. And with that, this episode is over. Happy Halloween, everyone. And remember, they're always watching you. Oh wait, I don't say that. I say why at the end.